Live from the podcast studio of Santa Monica Daily Press, this is the Soccer Curious Podcast, the only podcast series for the American soccer beginner. 2 experts, 2 rookies, and the beautiful game explained. I'm Brian Peter Falk. Joining me in the other aficionado chair is soccer journalist Chandrima Chatterjee. Hi, Chandrima.
Hi there, Brian.
And our 2 guys, our 2 rookies learning this game, as always. The first, film director, actor, and producer Gary Marks. Hey, Gary.
How's it going?
It's going. And stand-up comedian Jake Johansson. Hey, Jake.
Hey, super excited.
Okay, here we go. Don't forget to like and subscribe and do all that fun stuff. Tell your soccer-curious friends about us, and let's get to it. On this episode, we're going to introduce the World Cup. Dum, dum, dum. What is it, and why does it matter to billions of people worldwide, and why should it matter to everyone here in America? So, let's just start with the World Cup. What do you guys know about the World Cup?
Well, I know that it's better than the World Series because other countries in the world play in it.
True. It is more of a world thing.
The World Cup is all the nations.
world.
All the nations of the earth are invited to participate.
That is correct, yeah.
And is it just so? Okay, well, this is no. That's all I know.
Okay.
And
yeah.
it's soccer, and they play soccer.
It is very
Yes.
good.
Or football.
Gary,
as
what
they
do
say.
you got?
Well, I'm happy to have the actual World Cup on our set. I think that's amazing that we got that, and also that like the Stanley Cup, everybody in the country gets to spend a day with the World Cup. Isn't that true?
No.
No, I don't know what. Yeah,
And I don't know anything.
Sorry.
You know nothing about it.
Sorry.
So interestingly, I looked this up because I wanted to know what I'm talking about. So there are only 8 countries in the world that do not have a national team that plays soccer.
Wow.
Only 8.
8.
Right.
Can you name a couple of them?
Well, one of them, it sort of depends on how you feel about this, because it depends on how you add up the countries. So arguably there are somewhere around 195 countries. But do you think of Palestine as a country?
All right.
No soccer team. And then there are a couple of like very, very small countries. I think Andorra is probably one of those. There are a couple that just, like small island, like they don't like the Marshall Islands.
Right.
No soccer team.
Okay.
But also,
Andorra is also a Star Wars country, so
not all countries get to play in the World Cup.
Correct.
Reaching the
You
World
have to
Cup.
qualify.
You still have to qualify.
Yeah. Every continent has their own qualification.
Well, but then
Correct.
in that sense, then if you're playing in a match to qualify for the World Cup, technically that's like being you're participating in the World Cup in a sense.
You
Okay,
are
sure.
fair. You are participating in the process
Yes.
to get to a World Cup.
And I'm this guy. Does Greenland have a team?
Negative.
oh wow.
Greenland, but see, the thing is, Greenland isn't really a country. Greenland is a protectorate of Norway. Norway does have a team. Mm-hmm. So
Does Puerto Rico have a team?
They do, and that's interesting because Puerto Rico is part of the United States, but Puerto
learned that-
Rico does have
have
its
a
own-
separate team.
They have a separate team. That is true.
Okay, so get the F out of here with that Greenland nonsense. Okay?
But this is an important distinction that I want to make sure is clear for the new soccer enthusiast who's listening to our podcast. So World Cups are played by national teams, right? That's different than if you've heard of Manchester United or Barcelona or a big club team like that.
Yes.
These are national teams. So these are teams that are comprised of, in this case, this is a men's World Cup that's coming in 140 some odd days. So it comprised of men who play soccer who hold a passport for that country.
So is it like in football? There's the Pro Bowl and NBA. There's the All-Star game. Is it like we don't really want to try that hard for the if we're on Man United, we don't want to damage our chances of excelling for Man United by playing all out in the World Cup.
No, you play all out.
Quite
Yeah.
the opposite.
But that's we didn't really care about Olympic basketball until other countries started to say that they were the best, and then
That
we
is
decided
true.
like,
That's a great
oh,
point.
now we're going to have NBA players play.
Yeah, correct.
In
yeah.
the-
we
that's true, in
had
the Olympic
collegiate
basketball team.
players play. Yeah.
But so that's the analogy. It's like, okay,
Sure.
there's Major League Baseball and they play the World Series, but then the American team that will play in the Olympics is from the best from everywhere. Except I don't think they have Major League players in the Olympics because they're playing at the same time as Major League Baseball. But this is beyond the scope of this podcast.
I think I got lost.
Let's move on.
I got a little
I
lost
was-
there.
You're right about
I
that, but
know.
we're going to move on.
Okay.
So there has always been in the American game among the coaches who have coached the national teams that have brought American teams to the World Cup, there has often been this tension
When you say the American game, you're talking about the American beautiful game of
soccer.
Okay.
Yes. So not America's game, which I guess is Major League Baseball? Baseball America's
And
game?
we're talking about the World Cup, but not the America's Cup.
Not the-
because that's sailing.
Yeah.
Do you wear a cup when you play soccer?
Let's move. I did.
Yeah. Okay.
Anyway, so
I would think it's important.
Yeah.
that
Okay.
we're definitely clipping that little section out.
The women
for,
don't wear
for
a
a for a teaser. Okay, so there's always been this tension in the United States with the national teams about, do you want to have players who just have an American passport on the team, or do you want to have so-called homegrown players? Because those things are not the same. Homegrown players are players who have played here since they were little kids, perhaps played in college, perhaps have gone on to Major League Soccer and have played their entire careers in Major League Soccer. Mm-hmm. As contrast, I give you Folarin Balogun.
I had that. I had that once.
Is that a drink? Yeah, or a skin
It is
disorder.
delicious. So Folarin Balogun, who goes by Flo,
Yes.
Folarin Balogun is an American soccer player.
Man?
A man.
Yes, yes.
Okay.
He's a forward. He plays in Ligue 1, which is the French
forward,
league.
Forward means he's in the front.
He's a
Yes.
striker. He's a guy who tries to score goals.
He's trying to put the ball in the net.
correct.
And he does it
and,
well.
and he does it very, very well. So Flo Balogun,
Wait,
Here's-
you could call it Flo, but what's his full name? Florin?
Folarin
Folarin.
Folarin, yeah.
Balogun.
Folarin
Balogun.
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 Folarin Balogun.
Wait, how'd you pronounce his first name?
Well, how you did it.
Folarin.
Folarin.
Balogun.
Yeah. So
Flo.
Folarin
Try
Balogun.
saying that.
Okay, so here we go. Here's Folarin Balogun. Folarin Balogun, his parents are from Nigeria. So his parents said to themselves one day, you know what would be fun? Let's go spend a little time in the States. So they moved to Brooklyn, New York.
Great
They
place
lived
to
in
start.
Oh, I love
Great
Brooklyn.
place to start.
I
in
lived there.
America.
It's amazing. They lived in Brooklyn for 2 years.
Mm-hmm.
While they were in Brooklyn, Folarin was born. That makes Folarin a United States citizen.
Yep. Historically, that's
They
true.
then left Brooklyn and moved to London.
Okay.
Folarin Balogun has 3 passports.
So he started in
He's Nigeria.
Nigeria.
He didn't. His
His
parents
parents
were
started in
Nigerian,
Nigeria.
which makes him a Nigerian citizen. Then
According
he
to
moved
Nigeria's
the
rules.
Correct. He then
Yeah.
moved to the U.S. Being born in the United States makes him a citizen.
That gets you-
birthright
yeah.
citizenship. Then they moved to the UK, where he was also able to get, as were his parents, a UK passport. So he holds 3 passports. At a time, he was actually in the youth National League system for England.
Yes.
But he made a decision to play for the United States. He came here on a little bit of a, do I want to, do I not want to sort of tour. And like, he went to like an NBA game. He went to
Yeah.
see the Miami Heat. They gave him a jersey. They put him at courtside seats. They gave him they rolled out the red carpet. The Yankees had him for like batting practice and took him to it. Like
Yep.
all
They
the
wowed him.
American teams were like rolled out. We need this guy.
Those are the
on
things
our
we
team.
know about. He probably had,
Yeah, well, who knows what
some
else?
coeducational visits, I would imagine, as well.
Possibly.
Possibly.
Anyway, so Folarin Balogun will probably be our starting striker on the U.S. men's national team in the World Cup.
So we actually have to
Okay.
learn how to say his name.
Yes.
I would.
Yes.
Okay.
You can go Flo.
Folarin Balogun.
He goes
I
by.
say Balogun.
He goes by
Balogun.
Flo.
In soccer, do they have their first name or their last name on the back of the shirt?
That's a great question, and the answer is yes. It depends. It depends on the player.
Whatever they want.
It depends on the player.
Like Pele said Pele.
Correct. The Brazilians are very
Was that
famous
his
for
first
the,
name?
Well, he's like Elvis. Pele's like Elvis.
Yeah.
He
Well,
doesn't-
Messi, too. Messi's like
Messi
Messi.
says Messi.
Well, he's Lionel
Lionel,
Messi.
yeah, but
But a lot of the Brazilians have gone with one one name.
Who has their first name on a jersey? I'm trying to think.
Ralph, I think.
Ralph. Who?
You know,
Lauren?
Ralph Lauren.
Elvis, Madonna, Prince.
Okay.
Okay, we are moving on.
Okay.
So now that we understand what a national team is, in the United States, national teams and all of soccer, club teams, national teams, everything.
Well, in the United States, there's only one national team.
Correct.
Yeah, okay.
But there's two national teams, one men,
yeah.
one women. But all of it is controlled by something called the U.S. Soccer Federation, which is often just referred to as U.S. Soccer. That's what they call themselves. Okay. And it is the governing body that oversees all of soccer in the United States, from the little kids level all the way up to the national teams. Right.
And how are you appointed by the President of the United States, or how do you get in that?
No, there is a board that votes for both. There's both a president and a CEO of that.
Yeah, but that's like, okay, how do you get on the board then? It's like turtles all the way down. Like eventually,
It is turtles all the way down.
Somebody's got it.
That is a great
Yeah.
analogy. It is 100% turtles all the way down. And we will get later on in our next episode into the U.S. men's national team and talk about sort of its highs and lows and getting ready for the World Cup. But U.S. soccer has played this sort of outsized role in sort of setting the tone for soccer in the United States because of the way that they are the governing body for the
well,
sport.
when you say outsized role, they're in charge of it. I mean, they're in charge of it?
Right.
So that's how can that role be outsized? That's what they're in charge of everything.
Because they are in charge of literally everything.
Do other countries not have
they do.
France soccer?
Other countries do, and this gets me to sort of like the next point, which is to talk a little bit about FIFA. Okay, so FIFA is the governing body that all these governing bodies in the countries report to, right? FIFA is the ultimate one in charge.
But in the globe of the bigger globe of nations, technically the UN is like FIFA, but the UN is more like really the Golden Globes. It's like this is a joke. The UN is a joke, but FIFA is not a joke. Even though
Wait
they
a
gave
second. I agree.
FIFA's not a joke.
No, FIFA can be a joke.
Oh yeah, it can be terrible.
Okay. Oh boy.
It's notoriously corrupt, yeah?
Right.
That's
So
what I hear.
so that's a great question. So what do you guys know about FIFA?
I just know it's like the mafia, but less effective.
Right. As I've often said, you can't spell mafia without FIFA.
Interesting.
I don't understand how that could be. It's not alphabetically
I
true.
kind of liked his UN analogy.
Yeah, the UN analogy is sort of right,
it's okay.
except that. So let's talk a little bit about FIFA. So FIFA, which is Fédération Internationale de Association de Football Association.
It's like the Hollywood
It's
Foreign
French.
Press.
Yeah.
Yes.
It is.
Yes.
It is a little bit like that.
Yeah.
So what can we say about FIFA? What's the best thing to describe FIFA to these guys? The corruption, as we all know. So like certain.
It's like a coin. I think there's a good and evil.
How many is FIFA is like a
They
Congress, or it's a board, or is it elected?
Is
or
it
how many
secret,
Yes.
like
how many
secret time?
people are in many people are in FIFA?
Oh my God! How many people
Like
are in FIFA?
like when you say FIFA says this, how many people are voting to decide what FIFA says?
There's a board, but there is a
It's the same.
president
Yeah.
named Gianni Infantino.
Is he the guy that went to didn't one of them? He's definitely correct.
Now
Oh, Seth Blatter was the one you're thinking
You're
of.
thinking of Sepp Blatter.
Seth
Yeah.
Blatter?
there was a guy named
Yeah.
Seth Blatter that they actually let be the leader
Yeah,
of FIFA.
we got to get the name right. It's
And
really
who's-
important.
who's the
The
leader?
guy's name?
now.
Now it is Gianni Infantino.
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 Yeah.
It's like infant, but Eno, even
It's
tinier
little
infant.
He's a Italian, right?
Infantino. Is he?
How'd you
He's
guess?
Italian. Okay.
Yeah.
How'd you guess?
Is his actual like secret name Jimmy Two Times or something like that? Because it sounds like he should have a
I mean-
mafia kind of
Right.
like name.
I mean, compared to his predecessor, he is, for me, like one of the better options.
Yeah,
didn't
which is
someone
really
go to
scary.
jail?
How long did
Yes.
someone go to jail?
I thought,
Well,
yeah.
the FBI, right?
Well,
They-
oh God! I mean, that's a whole can of worms. I don't know. That might be on the scope of a basics podcast
No one's
to
in
go
jail
into the
now.
FBI. Nobody is in jail currently,
But someone, yeah,
and
someone was very, very
and-
bad.
very
But
bad.
let's get back to the beautiful game.
That's why we
Where
call
no
it
one
the
goes to
mafia.
jail.
It's a humble brag.
Okay, so
there's
anyway.
no one currently in jail.
There is no
in
one.
FIFA.
Well,
So-
here's what I will say about FIFA. I think this is a good way to sort of couch this: is that every sport, to keep it with the United States, every sport has its controversies, right? So in baseball, you had like doping, you had the Houston Astros, sign stealing, whatever. In the NFL, you had whatever Deflategate, or you got the concussions. You have all these issues. It is weird, but it is true that in international soccer, the most controversial part about international soccer is its governing body. It's not about the game. It's not about
Right.
cheating scandals or betting. There is that stuff that happens occasionally, but it really is about the corruption within the governing body
So
itself.
Gianni Infantino
That's his
is
name.
current president.
Correct.
How long of a term does he serve?
That's a great question.
I don't
And how
actually
many
know.
other people are in the Congress of FIFA or the?
There's a board, but he
You
has,
keep saying there's a board. What I'm asking is,
let me
is there
see
a
the
number
numbers
of
here.
people on
Yeah.
that board?
yeah.
And is there a population under the board that either elects the board members?
Right.
Or,
So every the world, for purposes of international soccer, is split up into what are called confederations. So
holy cow!
right. So for instance, the Americans are in a confederation that goes by the super easy to remember acronym CONCACAF. Which is North America, so that's Canada, Mexico, U.S., the Caribbean, and Central America. Okay, South America has CONMEBOL. Okay, Africa has AFCON, it's called. Europe has UEFA, UEFA, UEFA. And then there's a big one in Asia that's called ASEAN. And there's there's a Middle East one that I'm missing. Anyway, there are all these confederations. So
I know. I just want to say right now, like and subscribe, because holy cow, you don't get this everywhere
you
every
don't.
day. I mean, this
Absolutely.
is some real in-depth.
Yeah.
Talk about beginners. You dragged me right into the deep end with
This is-
CONCACAF.
Right.
hey, you got it on the first try.
Right.
Yeah.
I have a number for you. So 37 members on the council.
There you go. 37.
On the council.
Yes.
You said it was a board, but it's a council.
It's called.
Same,
it's the
same,
same. Yeah.
same.
It's the same.
Yeah, well, tell that to the keeper.
And they have four. They're four
Goalie?
terms.
Yeah.
4-year terms,
4-year term.
and they get
Okay.
elected, and they can get reelected.
So
And
Gianni
what do they get
Infantino
elected
is-
from? What's the body that
Gianni.
they get elected from?
Gianni.
Who elects them?
And all of them, who elects them?
When you say they get elected, who votes in that election?
So they're part of member organizations like CONMEBOL, like CONCACAF,
Okay.
like CAF.
So however many
OFC.
people are in CONCACAF, then
Yeah, they
vote.
elect. They
Do we
vote for
get-
their.
and we get one board member in CONCACAF. Or
Correct.
One, or
So
one
the
council
head
member?
of U.S.
Yeah.
soccer is on this board.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay.
Okay.
I mean, with that organizational chart, it makes sense that there's corruption.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay.
It feels like a victory in the World Cup is kind
Well-
of meaningless now that you're
Right.
describing
I mean,
how this all
I-
That's what we're
works.
going for.
I felt good when Wenger joined. Right.
yeah, that helps.
He's part of
Wenger?
Arsene.
Arsene
you say-
Arsene
Wenger.
Wenger.
Wenger or
Yeah,
Finger?
you really have to learn
Wenger.
these names.
You know,
Okay.
he's French,
Yeah, he's French.
so it's
Arsene.
a W. But
That's a crime in America.
what?
Arson.
Arsene
is.
Wenger.
So
Especially with the Wenger.
So is Arsene Wenger. Okay,
Oh.
we're gonna move to a break. When we come back, we get to actually answer the question: what is the World Cup? We'll be right back. All right, welcome back to the Soccer Curious podcast. We are introducing the World Cup. So the World Cup happens from this recording in about 142 days is when it starts. Big soccer tournament, goes for like almost 6 weeks, happens in the summer, starts in about June. So outside of those things, and now we're talking about FIFA, of course, it is the FIFA World Cup. What else do you guys know about the World Cup?
I just want to say before we do that, I want to have aspirations for and of this podcast, and I'd just like to put out a personal invitation to Gianni Infantino now that I can pronounce his name, to be a guest on
That would
the
be
Oh, wow.
amazing.
Soccer Curious
He should come on
podcast.
this podcast.
Wow.
So let's make that an aspiration of the Soccer Curious podcast.
That's a great
I would
idea.
love that.
And look, and Gianni Infantino is heavily invested, as is FIFA, in teaching people about the game and getting as much as they can out of the American market. Because the American market has a lot of money in it, and they really want it to be a big success here.
Right, right.
Well, and FIFA licenses all of the merch. Am I right about that?
That is 100% correct.
And what we really want is
merch for
Yeah,
sure.
thanks. We want
well,
merch.
we want,
props,
we want merch from
Also,
FIFA.
Yeah.
also a game where every time someone says Gianni Infantino, you have to take a shot.
Oh, I like that game.
That is a
Oh,
good
boy.
game.
Does Gianni Infantino? He speaks English because that's
Oh,
gonna
yeah.
be-
He
'cause
speaks
that's
many languages.
okay.
He
That's
speaks
That's
many
great.
languages, yeah.
Good.
Well, so he's
Yeah.
already better than me. I only speak English.
Yeah, FIFA, by the way, is headquartered in Switzerland,
Yes.
just so you know.
Of course it is.
Because you have to.
Yes.
Yeah,
Stay neutral about soccer.
They have all the chocolate.
Yes.
and
Yes.
the cuckoo clocks.
Well, I've been there actually. It's pretty impressive and cold area if you go in winter.
Yeah, if you go in
Yeah.
winter.
Yeah, beautiful though.
Yeah.
But yeah, they do a lot of good stuff too. A lot of humanitarian projects. So.
Okay, so let's
That's-
let's get into a little bit about the World Cup itself. So the World Cup is this big tournament. It is one of the most watched
Every 4 years.
every 4 years. Very good.
Okay.
It is one of the most watched, not the most watched sporting event on the planet, more
Well,
than the Super Bowl.
You mean the final is the most watched?
Well, the
or you
final
mean
is
all of them?
certainly
Well,
the-
when you
total,
because you're adding them
right?
all together. That's like can we add in American football the whole season
But the-
together and
but
then
the-
say how many people
but
watch
the
that?
final itself will be watched literally by billions
Billions.
of people.
Yeah,
Billions.
5
Correct.
billion.
That's a lot.
5 billion
Get
people
outta
watch
here.
it?
Yeah,
There's
5
only 7.5 billion people on Earth. You're
That's
saying
almost
most
9.
of the people on
You
Earth.
guys,
are gonna
just
watch
I actually think that
Seems like a
it's
lot.
probably a good idea for us to advertise on that broadcast.
I think that's a good idea.
Yeah.
we should do that.
Let's-
Yeah, it's about
let's talk
5
to
billion.
Gianni
And
Infantino
so one
about
of the,
that.
One of what's interesting is that, and more people will watch the World Cup than will ever watch the an Olympics. The Olympics pales in comparison to viewership of the World Cup.
I know in the last episode we talked about Americans who maybe are not as much fan. When you say watch the World Cup final,
Yeah,
how much of it do you have to watch to be counted in that number? Because the amount of people who are going to watch some of the World Cup is definitely greater than the amount of people who are going to watch
I don't have
the
that number.
whole
100%.
90 plus secret
You're
time
right.
minutes.
secret time minutes.
You're
Well,
right.
look,
He's right.
of course that's true.
Yeah. All right. Sorry. I'm just.
That's okay.
Is there an actual cup? Is there a World Cup?
Yes.
Can you?
Oh, yeah.
Is there a picture? You
It's
can-
not a cup.
It's a trophy.
It's like a gold, sort of a twisted gold column with like a ball thing on top.
So it's
like
nothing
green.
like our World Cup.
It is not like that cup. It
No.
is
It's
not
not
a
like the Stanley
not a
Cup.
cup.
Can you
It-
fill
it-
it up with champagne?
It doesn't have
No.
it has no recess in it to put
Oh,
anything
my
in.
God.
So technically speaking, already you've run into a problem.
Yeah.
It's more like
Which
a
is that
swizzle
it's
stick,
not a
like a
cup.
big, like you could stir a drink with it, but
It's
you can't.
it's not like the Stanley Cup, which actually has like a big old cup on there.
no,
can
but
drink
you
out of
can't.
it.
You can't like drink from it, but you can sleep with it. So last 4 years ago, each Argentinian player was like shown like waking up with the
Argentina
World
won the
Cup,
World Cup.
trophy next to them.
Yeah.
Like,
Yeah.
cuddling with the World Cup.
Okay, so let's go through a couple facts. So the first World Cup was 1930 is when it started.
Yep.
1930.
Yep. And
Who won that one?
Uruguay,
Of course they did.
of course.
That's
I
where
was
it was
going to guess
held.
that.
In 1950,
Yeah.
the U.S. was in the World Cup in 1950. Believe it or not, with
Okay.
a bunch of like amateurs
Why
and
wouldn't I
guys
believe
who
it?
had day jobs. Because I always think people think that soccer is a more recent activity in the United States, but 1950 is a long ass time ago, right? And
Settle down.
they played England and beat England 1-0.
Wow.
And it was such a shock,
And we're
that
still
when,
talking about
We
it.
are still talking
that
about
when like
it. Yeah.
the like ticker tape news arrived in London, everybody thought, "Oh, that's a mistake." It's England 1-0 over the U.S. The U.S. obviously did not beat the place where
Yeah.
soccer was invented. So anyway,
Well,
so that's
The
what
score
happened.
was
in 1950.
1-0, if you insist that we say nil instead
We do.
of
We
zero.
do insist.
It's
Well.
1-0. So
Yeah.
either whichever team won or lost is sort of ridiculous to even say. It's 1-0. The winner got one more goal. then the loser.
It's enough.
To
That's all we
win
need.
a World
You only
Cup,
need- you only need one.
every 4 years, you're fighting a thing that can be settled by one goal.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You know how hard
It
fought that
seems-
one goal can be?
Apparently,
It can take
a
90
great deal.
minutes.
Yeah,
It
it
can
can take
90 minutes
90
plus.
Secret time.
Secret time. The secret time at the
Yeah.
end, which could go on indefinitely.
Yeah.
Really.
How do
Think
they
about
pick the official who that's a big deal to get to be the guy who officiates the
it.
World
100%.
Cup.
Yeah.
I mean, that's got to be some kind
Yeah,
of
so there are in the world of analytics, there are all these ways they now rate referees, and most of it is about accuracy. We will at some point do a whole thing about refereeing and
Right.
about video assistant referee, which is known as VAR or VAR, which is like all these digital systems they now have to help referees make the right calls and all that stuff. But in the same way that you pick the best umpiring crew for the World Series, you do the same thing for them.
okay.
The same thing for the World
Was
Cup.
there any part of the FIFA corruption scandal, and Gianni, I'm asking this to exonerate you,
Yeah.
that involved referees throwing games?
Negative?
No,
Although
but VAR
good
has
to know.
been criticized
there-
heavily.
yeah, the
Who?
actual digital
VAR.
system, the video assistant referee, which is a whole digital system that is supposed to be able to track the ball and all that
Yeah.
stuff. There have been some issues with that. That has not been a perfect
But technical issues, not.
technical
I
issues.
would like to go back.
Yeah, this is a big debate about whether or not you go
What
back
does
to the
it
old day.
control? What does it look at?
So, as a for instance, in offside, whether you're determining that a player is in an offside
We
position. and
haven't
all
even
that.
gotten into
I know, we'll
offense.
talk about it.
We're
We will
talking
talk
about
That's a good thing for it to do, though.
100%. That's a big part of what
Yeah.
it does do. We will talk about that
Okay.
at another time.
Okay.
We're going to stay on the World Cup. So
I'm going to mark my
Let's
alarm
talk-
for that.
Yeah,
Let's-
okay.
let's talk through this coming World Cup, because
Yes.
this World Cup is different in a couple respects
It is.
than any other World Cup before it.
Okay.
It is.
It's important to understand.
Is the United States in this World Cup?
Correct.
We are-
So not only are we in it, we are hosting it.
Co-hosting.
So that's one of the differences. So we are in one of the issues that you have you'll be familiar with this with the Olympics, and it's the same in the World Cup, is that to host one is very expensive because you got to build stadiums and all this stuff. The last World Cup was just in Qatar, where they had nothing. So they had to build all these things. Famously, hundreds, if not more than hundreds, of workers died in Qatar during the construction of World Cup facilities. So in order to not have that happen this time, we are sharing the World Cup hosting duties with our other two North American partners, Mexico and Canada. So all three countries are collectively hosting the World Cup together. And what that means is, between the three countries, you have plenty of facilities, particularly the United States, of course, to already host the games.
So
like
it's spread
SoFi
out,
Stadium.
spread out all over the United
Right,
States.
Jerry
Yes.
World in Dallas, the Mercedes-Benz in Atlanta, MetLife in Jersey, and in
You're
Mexico.
saying
Got
corporate
Kansas
names,
City.
And we,
but those are the names of the stadiums.
Yeah.
So they
Yeah.
are.
And
and
named
we,
after
we
corporations
did
now.
that so people won't die?
Well,
So we
we-
didn't have to
it's
build.
cheaper.
We didn't want to build a bunch of stadiums.
Yeah,
and risk
I
it's
see,
much,
I
much
see.
cheaper.
I see.
It saves billions of dollars.
We already have these stadiums.
Correct.
NFL has.
We've deported all the people who we would have had
Yeah,
build
right.
the stadiums.
Yeah.
Correct.
And
So
so-
now you just
We're
got to
getting
go.
there.
Nobody can.
Wow,
die.
we're
You
getting
got to
political.
go with
Yeah.
these old, gross stadiums like SoFi. It's a real letdown.
Yeah.
That's
Yeah.
not the only difference, though, this time around, right? So this time,
Correct.
expanded format.
Right. That's the
expanded
other
teams.
big. Right. That's the other big one.
What's
Yeah.
expanded format mean?
So 40. We have now 48 teams. We used to only have 32.
Oh, wow. So
Yeah.
there's,
So
is it-
more.
there's an extra round.
Correct.
It's an extra round, and it's more participation from countries that otherwise wouldn't have been able to get a chance.
Isn't there a part of it that is round robin and not elimination, or am I getting
yeah,
ahead of
dude, that's what
Yeah.
I was going to ask. If
Yeah.
you lose, are
Go
you
for
out?
it.
Very good. So we're moving on to
Knockout.
that. So that's the two big differences, right? Is we're not building any stadiums, and it's a big expanded roster, 48 teams instead of 32.
Okay.
So, as always in a World Cup, you start with what's called a group stage. So all the teams around the world try to qualify for the World Cup. There are all these qualification periods.
That already happened.
There's
Some of-
it is
Yeah.
almost done. There is one more round in March because there are still a half dozen slots left for the World Cup that have not been filled. That will be decided in March. And in fact, in the US's group, which we'll talk about, there is still an unknown team in our group because we don't know which of the three teams left is going to qualify for that last spot. Right? So it does mean one more additional round, but we always start with what's called a group stage. Okay, so in the group stage, America is in Group D. It's alphabetical. So we're in Group D. And the United States, because we're hosting the World Cup, the United States did not have to qualify for the World Cup because the host automatically qualifies. So that was also true for Mexico and Canada.
This is like in Rocky.
Okay,
I
explain.
don't get it.
He just gets invited to fight.
they just drag him
Apollo
off the
Creed.
streets.
Oh,
Yeah,
Yeah.
He gets,
it's not really like that.
He's kind of a nobody, and he gets invited to fight the champion.
Yeah.
And then, I mean,
Okay.
fun fact about that, he doesn't win, but people forget that in the original Rocky.
Oh, that I remember very well. It
right.
was a win.
So that's how I'm
How
looking
could
at
you
the
have
World
Rocky
Cup
too?
for the U.S. I mean, we're just there. We're
You know,
just like everybody's
before he
glad
was
we're
in
there.
Rocky, did you know he was in a soccer movie? Apparently,
He was.
Yeah.
What do you mean? Apparently, it's
I
famous.
didn't know this.
Yeah, he's the goalkeeper.
I had no idea.
Wait, that was before Rocky?
Wasn't it?
Oh
No.
yeah.
I don't think
Uh-oh.
No.
What was the
No.
movie? What was the name of the movie?
so.
Oh yeah, you know this is your.
I can't remember
Your
the name
lingo
of the
here.
movie, but I don't believe it was before Rocky.
I don't know.
Okay.
Wait, let's look that up.
We'll look it up.
Yeah.
We'll look it up.
Okay,
Some-
we have to look it up now. But
There's
Okay,
people
we
in
will
here
look it up.
Googling
Okay,
right
so
now.
anyway, let's
Yeah,
let's,
this is we're a little.
sorry,
off.
I went into your domain there.
Yeah.
Keep it. No, I didn't mean to bite.
I'm the
back,
dummy
though.
here. No, thank you.
The keeping on Jake's theme about Rocky is: does America have the aspiration to go to the distance, or do they actually have a shot?
Wow. Isn't
It's
this
sort of
episode
two different
3?
questions. Here's what I would say. We are going to talk about the U.S. men's national team in episode 3, but just to kind of preface what we're going to talk about there, the U.S. would be a real upstart team to get all the way.
Okay.
It would be an incredible run to get all the way. Can they
Yeah.
get far? They have a shot at getting pretty far.
So, like Rocky, we just want to go the distance. I'm
Yeah.
down with that team.
Yeah, fair enough.
wanna-
Anyway, so
we wanna
World
get
Cup.
past.
So 48 teams. Okay, so it's 12 groups of 4. Okay, America's in Group D. So what that means is that you get the first and second place teams from each group are moving on after that. After the group stage, it's 4
So
teams.
they play more than one game each.
Well, so if it's 4 teams, you play 3 games.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody plays 3 games. You play your 3 opponents in your group,
Yeah.
okay,
right?
So yeah.
So you
one,
get 3.
one team emerges from that.
2 teams
Two.
emerging from that.
Okay.
Plus, because they've gone to 48, it used to be only the 2 teams from 2 out of the 4 from each group would move on. But because of the numbers, you now also get a certain selection of third place teams based on points and goal differential that will also move on to the next round. Okay, so you then end up with 32 in an elimination round, then a second elimination round that gets you to 16, then a quarterfinal, a semifinal, and a final. So that's a lot of games.
you can't watch them all.
Sure, you can watch many of
Good.
them.
Will the World Cup be available on the Apple?
So where
Where do
who's
you watch
hosting
these
the World Cup?
games? How will you watch
Broadcasting rights. Do we know?
them?
We'll be right
How
back.
can I watch
we'll,
this?
we'll answer after
I don't
the break.
have a cable TV
It'll be
provider.
broadcast.
I mean, it was Fox.
I don't
last
have
time,
that.
so-
I don't have
I
that.
think it's Fox.
It was all
again.
Fox.
I don't
Really?
have that.
I think it's Fox.
I don't
again.
have that. I
You don't have
I don't
what?
have. I don't have TV.
You don't have
cut
TV.
I cut the cord. I'm an internet guy. Right?
Okay, you can
Oh well,
watch it. We can
Fubo. I
watch it
imagine
online.
Fubo. You can.
Of course you can.
Let's just say a bunch of
What
companies.
did you say? Fuba?
Fubo.
Fubo.
Let's just say a bunch of companies, and whoever responds, they'll be our sponsor.
Yeah, I
I
may not
like
even
that.
be able to watch the World Cup.
Well, you're gonna have to come over to one of our houses to do this.
I love the idea.
I think that's
There are
what we
watch
should do.
parties too.
We should do a watch party
Oh,
as a
definitely.
podcast. I mean, come on! Can
Definitely.
you imagine the 4 of us watching the World Cup together?
Definitely.
It's
It would be epic.
I can't stop imagining it.
Oh, thank you.
I'm
And-
going to know
and
everything there is to know about soccer by that time.
And our producer says, Rocky,
Oh!
1976, Victory, 1981.
All right, man.
Gary, you were
Gary,
correct.
I mean,
thank
please.
Gary. I'm sorry.
I don't know anything about
I got you.
soccer, but don't fuck with me about the movies,
All
all
right.
right?
Fair enough. All right. We'll be right back. We're moving on and going to wrap this thing up. Thanks very much. Welcome back to the Soccer Curious podcast. We are talking about the World Cup which is airing during the summer on both Fox and Peacock in the United States. So, America's group, which is Group D. Here are the countries in the group. I want to get your reaction to this.
I'm glad you're going to tell me about this.
Here we go. Ready?
It's how many are in there?
Four, including the U.S.
So there's
three
America.
may make it.
There's America.
So you just have to not suck.
Here we go. U.S., Paraguay, Australia, and then there is a play-in that is about to happen. Play-in meaning teams that have not yet qualified. So there's one spot left for 3 potential teams.
Play in? Are you kidding
Another
me?
term.
They call it a play-in.
Yeah, it's a playoff.
Oh.
Yeah. Okay, just go ahead. Paraguay, Australia, the U.S.
It's a play-in.
Yeah.
Okay.
Play-in between Turkey A, and can I just say, it's only in the Olympics and the World Cup that we learn how countries want us to pronounce their name.
Yes.
It is no longer Turkey.
Nope.
No
There's
one
an
is
A.
supposed to call it Turkey anymore. It is now Turkey A.
Oh my God, Thanksgiving is going to
Turkey,
be terrible.
yay.
This is less than 140 days ago, and by the way, it's going to be less than 140 days to the World Cup because we're taping this now, but it's not on right now.
Fair enough.
But less than 140 days ago, I was in Turkey, and they call it Turkey.
Okay.
Nobody corrects you. It's spelled Turkey A. Every time you see it written down, you go, "Oh, that's Turkey," and they go, "Yeah, that's right, it's Turkey." They don't care. They don't care how you say it.
I'm not going to
super
call
glad
it Turkey
you're
A
there.
no matter what you say.
Okay.
They're super
I'm
glad
just
you're
telling
there.
you. What about when you're at the deli?
So I'm going to order turkey.
Okay.
I'm going to have a Turkey A sandwich.
Okay,
Oh,
so
boy.
of these 3 teams that are left for one spot, one is Turkey or Turkey A, whatever you want to call it. Gianni
Infantino.
Yeah.
He would say it like a Turkey A.
Hey. Okay,
go ahead.
Turkey
Oh,
A,
boy.
Romania.
Oh, that's where my family's from.
Nice.
And,
gonna be-
and Kosovo. Those are the 3
Kosovo.
teams. There's only one spot left for those 3 teams. Okay. We will know in March which of those 3 teams is going to be in Group D,
Yeah.
playing against the United States, Australia, and Paraguay. So when you hear
It sounds like our group is stacked so that we
Well-
can advance.
okay, so you're thinking that feels like a soft group. to you.
Yeah.
Jake, what do you think?
Oh, Turkey, I would not listen. Those guys are all going bald because they've got so much testosterone.
Turkey.
In Turkey?
Turkey
Yeah.
could be a strong opponent.
I'm
I
not
didn't know
kidding.
that.
I'm not kidding. If you need a hair
You
transplant,
think if that was true, they wouldn't name their country Turkey?
no, if you need
Wait
a hair
a second.
transplant, you go to Turkey. That's where the
I mean,
cutting edge of
Really?
of
But
hair
he's not
transplant is.
wrong. So he's not wrong. The USMNT, the players, have said Turkey could be a strong
But
opponent.
have they said that's because they're all going bald because they have a lot of
No,
testosterone?
that has
I'm the
not
dumb one.
come
Do you
up.
guys? How did you forget this? I'm coming at this from my own perspective.
Well, I like that you're outside the box a little bit. Maybe
I know,
the U.S.
it
men's
is-
national team should be thinking more about baldness and testosterone.
Yeah, I mean, maybe they
Yeah,
know.
well, I think it's a performance enhancing drug, right? You can't be taking testosterone if they
That-
test you and you
100%.
But these Turkish guys, I'm telling you, they're high testosterone. So many of
Naturally.
them are losing, male pattern baldness. It's a real problem in Turkey.
Okay.
I'm serious.
You were just in Turkey, so you know.
and,
Is it a
and
problem?
they're all getting hair transplants because that's where the cutting edge is because all these guys need it. So there's guys in the U.S. who need a hair transplant who are going to Turkey.
They go to
get it.
Okay,
Turkey?
so that's
Can they
This is
play for the
information.
Turkish national team, though, if they do that?
All I'm saying,
if they have natural testosterone, I
No,
assume
if they
they're
get
okay.
it,
No,
they
if
go
they
for
go
a
for
hair
a
transplant.
I
transplant
see.
to Turkey.
at the beginning of the game, when they show the players, they're playing the national anthem. They show them all lined up. When
Yes.
they do the from the back shot of the Turkish team, count the bald spots and
Okay.
tell me.
We're gonna have to.
Okay,
I'm gonna
so
take a look.
that's in Turkey, but what about Turkey A?
I mean, I will. Am I allowed to tell them?
Okay, so
Am I allowed to tell? No.
let's
Whoa.
move on. Let's move on
Okay.
to just telling us. So now
Okay.
these guys have given their opinion of what they
Okay.
think, whether or not it's going to be a
Soft
tough
bracket.
group.
Yeah.
Soft, he says. Tough, he says, because of Turkey. Let's
Okay.
find a more expert view. What are people saying?
Well, so
What are people saying about the U.S.'s chances in the group?
So the U.S. men have actually recently played against both Paraguay and Australia. And would you like to guess how they did this time? This latest time?
Well, yeah, you're kind of hinting.
I'm leading.
You're hinting. I'm going to say 1-1.
I'm gonna say they beat them.
Yes.
Yes, the U.S. beat both.
Yeah,
of
Should
them.
have
and
gone
so-
with my first instinct.
So yeah, they're a little familiar with their styles of play, so they
Okay.
feel pretty confident. But I want to flip that a little bit and say it's true the other way too. So they're
Right.
familiar with us as well now. So
But
you know,
the games are being played in the
The host
northern
nation.
hemisphere.
home,
Yes.
home,
True.
home field
Northern
advantage.
hemisphere.
Yes.
These people are used to playing in the southern hemisphere.
How
Yeah,
important is home field advantage
well,
in
a gr-
soccer?
Well,
do you want to tell them how many games LA has?
oh, right. Well, I mean, look, what I would say is that home field advantage is critically important. The U.S. men's national team has not often enjoyed home field advantage, even when they're playing in the U.S.
Oh, because we're a
if-
melting pot.
when it's U.S. Mexico,
yeah.
pretty much anywhere you're going to play that game, Mexico is going to have more fans
Well,
than the U.S.
maybe because of ice, not this year.
Yeah, this is. Yeah,
Right.
I'm.
Oh, boy.
I'm. Listen, I feel like you said it out loud.
He did. It's out. The cat's out of the bag.
I tend to say the things we shouldn't say out loud.
Yes,
in that
I've
way.
noticed
so.
that. Anyway, so home field advantage is incredibly important. I don't think that Turkey is going to have some huge turnout that is going to dwarf the American.
Not if they
turnout.
can't pronounce
see.
their own country.
They're
Ed.
all
see
going to be.
about that.
They're going to all be at hair replacement surgeries. They're
We'll
not
see
going to have time
about that.
to go to a
No,
soccer
they're going
game.
to come over here with their blowing locks, blowing transplanted. It's going to be
High
amazing.
testosterone
Yeah.
fandom.
Yeah,
I'm telling
well,
you, if you haven't been to Turkey, you need to go because
okay.
their people were so it was amazing. It's an amazing place.
Yeah.
And so I'm not saying that I want them to beat us, but I'm saying if they do, I won't be surprised.
Well, what I would say is
Okay.
the conventional wisdom of the moment is that the U.S. has a really strong chance of getting out of the group, being in that top two, possibly even being in that first spot, which you always sort of want, because if you know in sports, if you follow tournaments and other sports,
You get a better seeding,
Often
yeah.
one is playing two in the next group, so being a higher seed helps
okay.
you because you play a lower seed, so all of that.
So it goes from there's 48 teams.
Correct.
And after this first, to get out of this
The group, what
to
they
the
call the group stage.
group time, to get out of the group stage, how many then are left?
32?
32.
Yeah.
So 48 to 32.
Yep.
Okay.
Yep. And then 32 to 16, 16 to 8,
I
8
get
to
it
4,
now.
4.
Yeah, I get. Then it goes in half each time.
Got it. Okay. So maybe clear as mud. We're going to have plenty of time to talk about this because the World Cup is going to be something we're going to be continually introducing and talking more about at a basic level to sort of figure it out. But we're going to move to our final wrap-up segment of this episode, which is something we're calling Soccerology, which is defining some really interesting soccer terms.
Oh, boy.
Where we talk something that's a little more niche and a little more something you can drop at a cocktail party that shows that you are developing some soccer acumen. So, Chandrima, do you want to introduce our Soccerology topic?
Do I have the right one?
I
Is
think
it the
so.
one that I
It
mentioned
is
to you
the
last
one.
night?
It is the one you mentioned.
Okay.
Go
So,
ahead.
okay.
Are you guys getting
Yeah,
it
you guys
together
are
outside the
you guys
pod?
are seeing
We
each
are.
other outside the
We are.
podcast?
We are.
Outside the box.
We weren't told that.
Yeah.
Jake, I think we got to meet outside
Yeah.
the podcast.
We definitely
Yeah.
do.
Okay.
Definitely.
The
Go
box
for it.
is actually a soccer term, but
Yeah.
we'll get into that
We'll get
later.
a
Box? Not,
The box.
Not in my
There's a
life.
box.
It means something entirely different, but I just... You know.
Oh, okay. Okay, so hand of God. That is the term.
You guys know what?
Hand of God.
Do you know what hand of God is in reference to?
Not
in
as it
terms of
applies to soccer, no.
Okay.
Jake?
I think I saw a Brazilian movie that was called that, wasn't it?
That
Hand
was
of
very
God?
good.
Isn't it?
Yeah.
Isn't that
Hand of God was Brazilian, I think. And after victory, by the way.
Yeah.
Hand of God.
Stallone was excellent in Hand of God.
Yeah. Okay. I can't. Hand of God.
I mean, you're in the
what could
right
it be?
continent.
You are in the right continent.
You're
with
actually
Brazil.
close.
Very
Like it's a
close.
country over.
I don't know enough
It
about.
shares a border.
Come on, Colombia. I don't know what.
Okay.
I don't know enough.
Argentina.
Argentina.
Argentina, hand of God.
And why is Argentina the
So,
hand
like,
of
when
God?
you think of soccer gods, put in air quotes, right? Besides Lionel Messi, who came before him? Do you guys know?
Yeah, I know. I can't remember
Like,
that
if you've
name, but
traveled
but
to
David Beckham.
Okay,
Yeah,
he would
there-
really
there-
love
there
being
was-
called
he
this.
would
Oh,
be.
wait. I
Can
think
you
I
name
had it.
another
I
Argentinian
think
player?
I had it.
You think you have it?
It's,
But
it's
hang on.
3 syllables. Yeah? 3 syllables? 4 syllables? 3 syllables?
One of those, 3 or
Yes.
4. It's 4.
So we're
It's 4.
talking about a soccer player.
Who did
Correct.
Messi grow up
Yeah.
wanting
it's-
to emulate?
Oh, God. It's on the tip of my tongue.
So like that's the guy.
But soccer is played with the feet.
Yeah, someone forgot to tell him.
It's
It's got an M.
ridiculous.
yeah,
Hand of God.
And an A.
Man,
Oh, you're so close.
He's so close.
Manu Ginobili.
It was not Manu Ginobili. Interestingly.
Something.
Yeah. Okay. Why don't
we
you tell
have
them?
to
Go
just
ahead. Tell them.
because
Tell them.
we got to
Yeah,
wrap this
tell
up.
them,
Okay,
tell them.
so in 1986 in the World Cup, Argentina was playing against England, and in that game, a ball came across the goal, and a very, very famous player for Argentina named Diego Maradona
Maradona! Yes.
went up to head the ball.
Yeah.
But as he went up, his hand also came up, and his hand knocked the ball into the goal. Now, this is long before there was VAR, which we talked about
Was
in the
he
earlier
the
segment.
goalkeeper?
No, he was attacking the goal. He was a forward attacking the goal. He was
Oh.
their best player by
And
far.
he accidentally touched the ball.
Well, accidentally is a strong word. He hit the ball with his hand.
It got
and
in.
and the ball went in the goal.
Oh, yeah.
But in those days, there was no way. There was no camera. There was
Just
no
there was a big
technology.
argument. That's what you had.
And the referee, both the referee and the sideline referee, who is often referred to as the assistant referee, neither got a really good look at it. And so the central referee, the center ref, just made a judgment that it was a goal and called it a goal. And of course, England went absolutely bananas. It was so clear on the video replay that Maradona had just reached up and basically whacked the ball into the goal.
But you weren't even allowed to look at the video for a replay on
No,
that.
there was no
no.
replay. So the goal stood. Maradona then, later on in the game, literally dribbled through 5 English players and scored an absolute golazo, which is what they call an incredible goal.
Right.
And Argentina went on to win that game. They also went on to win the World Cup that year.
And they won by how many goals? 1.
2-1 was the final.
Oh,
Yeah.
my God.
So they won.
Wow.
So
They
so
won
the
on
hand-
the
that
game.
goal became
And when
important.
Maradona was asked whether or not he had hit the ball in with his hand, he said, "I scored that goal with the head of Maradona, but the hand of God."
He sounds like Dracula?
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm trying to go Romania for you.
Oh, okay. I appreciate that.
Thank you.
That was good. When you say Argentina, it's funny.
Yeah.
I think of meat. That's you always go
Okay.
Oh, yeah,
Yeah.
the
Beef,
men-
beef
men's
is
Argentina
banging,
too.
yeah.
Many
Yeah,
do.
yeah.
South
It's a lot of
Korea,
meat,
yeah.
So that hand was probably kind of greasy. We could have checked the ball for meat.
For
meat
all the
grease.
meat products.
If in
Meat
modern
hands.
times,
Well, in Maradona's case, it would have been a white powder. But
Whoa.
Wait, wasn't there, wasn't there a reality series that documented the end of Maradona's career when he actually became a manager?
there was a documentary.
Yeah.
I don't know if
Oh,
there was a
it was-
reality series. He eventually did become the Argentinian national team manager. Yeah,
Yeah.
Maybe I'm thinking of another player.
could be.
you know more about soccer than I thought.
I'm just making stuff up now.
I mean, I didn't know. I thought you only
So
knew
convincing.
the Ted Lasso and Welcome to Wrexham. That's
You know,
cool.
since the last
out there.
podcast, I studied.
Ah.
Okay. All right. Well, there you go, guys. Hand of God,
Yeah.
meat-stained hands, bald guys from Turkey. I think we've done everything we can do on this podcast.
Yeah. Maradona.
So we are wrapping up this episode. Don't forget to hit like and subscribe. Tell all your friends. Again, we are a young podcast, so all that attention is really important. If you have a comment or question, you can also email us at soccercuriouspodcast@gmail.com. Say goodbye, everybody.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Everybody.